Okay, it truly feels like I'm running low on everything, so we're going to do a restocking video. So hi, I'm Daisha, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I talk about my small business that I run out of this cute little studio. I talk about creating content for my small business and just promoting and just take you through all the things good and bad. So if that interests you, then come along. So I noticed the other day, I was on TikTok Live and I walked over here and I noticed I have one thriller bookmark left, one romantasy, one dark romance. And I was like, why don't I just do a video of restocking my inventory? Because I don't know, I would like to see that. And hopefully you do too. So luckily I did not run out. I've been doing better about keeping things that, especially the things that sell often in stock. But with the end of the school year, I've just been really busy. So it kind of snuck up on me. But I have several things that are like running low. So I'm going to take you with me as I do that. I have bookmarks that I need to print, stickers. What else? I started making a list and then I got distracted. But I have my list and I'm about to start going around and seeing what all needs to be done and then what my quantities will be. So come. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I do think my life would be easier if I had like a system to track these things. I just don't have one. So currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 general bookmarks, which is a lot, but that's my bestseller. So I am going to go ahead and print and make at least 8 more. Same thing with romance. General and romance are my 2 biggest sellers, and I have 7 romance. So I'm going to go ahead and do 8. 4 are on a page, so I have to do quantities of 4. Dark romance, I have 1. Let's go ahead and do 8. Is that just going to be the magic number? Growth era, I only have 1, but these don't really sell. I'm just going to do a set of 4. See, I didn't even write that down as an option. It's kind of like the self-help bookmark. It could really go for just any nonfiction. It's kind of like any book that kind of gives you, no, it's mostly self-help because it has like action steps and connections, but it could go for either. Thriller is also, I would say my top 3, my big 3 are general romance and then thriller. Maybe fantasy, but thriller is up there and I only have 1. So I'm going to do 12 of those, which would mean I need 3 sheets. Romantasy, I only have 1, so I'm going to do the same. Horror is probably, besides growth era, the least one. I have 4. I think I'm good. I'm not going to print any of those. Now, if I'm wrong and they start selling, then I'll fix it. And fantasy, I have 8. So, like in my big ones that I typically sell a lot of, I did a decent job of keeping up with it. And luckily, I was just paying attention. So, I'm going to do 8 fantasy, 0 horror. And then while I'm over here, I'm going to look at my magnetic bookmarks. So, I only have 1 romance. These come on 3 on a sheet. So, I guess I'll do 6. Dark romance, same thing, I only have 1. Oh, I forgot. Technically, I already printed a romance. I just haven't cut it. So I'm going to switch that and make it just 3 because I already have a set of 3 there. My romantasy, I have 2. I have more fantasy than I do romantasy. So I'm going to do a set of 3. Same with thriller. And again, over here, I'm not going to do horror because they don't sell. Yes. I just thought of something else. I need to look at my dark romance bookmarks. And that is because let me switch you. Let me turn you a little bit. I have to restock my blind dates with the book. I don't know if you can see them. These are all fantasy and this is contemporary. My dark romance is completely depleted. So I bought books for that and they need to be wrapped. And they each get one of my dark romance bookmarks. So I probably need to print some. That way I have more. So I'm going to do that. I guess I'll do like 2 of the whole thing. These have been selling decent. And the interesting thing about these, the tandem read, if I sell 1, I always sell 2. Like people buy 2 of them. I don't know if it's because the picture looks like this, and I don't know if they think they have to buy both of them, but one side's blue and one side's orange. Anyways, all that to say, I'm going to do a tandem read, bookmark, my fruit collection If I have at least one set of one, I might not worry about this. Because I haven't actually sold any of these. Have I? I don't know. I have 2 of every one except for the citrus. For now, I might just leave that. That's okay. The one that actually has been selling is the Summer Slasher one, and I have plenty of those. And then I also needed some of my annotated bookmarks, but I went through earlier and wrote those down because that's time consuming. All right. And speaking of annotated books, these books literally just came in the mail. So these are the books I sold this week and I needed to replenish. I'm going to sit Six of Crows with Crooked Kingdom. I'm going to move these over a little bit though, because The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue usually sits right here. And The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. So I sold all of those this week. And then I also recently bought more of these sleeves. If you watched the last video, I used the rest of those to make my magnetic bookmarks. So these were replenishing that because I was out, and that's going right behind you. Okay. What was the next thing I needed to do? Okay. Did the bookmarks. So like I said, these are for Blind Date with the book. So I'll probably do that in this video too. I know what I did not write down. Let me bring you over here. So in my most recent video, I bought these towers, and I'm going to check the sticker inventory because I know it's running low. So the first one is general. I think I'm going to put a label on here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 general. They come 3 on a page. I may do one of those. Contemporary. That feels like 3. I'm going to do 2 of those. I hate doing these because they're so time consuming. The machine has to go around each individual sticker, and that just takes a while. I'm going to do 2 spicy. What's a spicy? Yes. Fantasy. That feels like 4 or 5. I'll do 2. Ooh, I'm happy I just realized I was only going to do 2 spicy, but each of the blind dates need one of those. So I'm going to bump that up to like 5 because I need inventory, but I also need some for the books. Thriller set, which is very similar to the other. I'll probably just do one of those. Those haven't really been selling. Like, they're fine, but they're not the biggest. And then these have the most right now. The Soft Girl set and the After Dark set. I already looked at those. I don't think I need any magnetic bookmarks except maybe the one that says In My Annotation Era. I don't think I have any of those. And that's the one that usually goes with my deluxe annotation kit. So I'll print maybe like, forgot how many comes on a page. I think 7. So I'll do 7 of those. What else? So I'm still wanting to do something different with my stickers. I just don't know what. I want to make it where I can see what's in here. Because some of them are still mixed, but I did take all the tassels out of here so I could spread these out. So maybe I'll do that really quick as I look through here. Because it looks like I only have one of these Book Lover stickers, but if some of them are combined, then I wouldn't know. No plot, just vibes. So that might be my next project. So I only have one of these Books Are Magical and only a couple of these that are Books Are Magical. For this video purpose, the main thing I need is dark romance stickers because they need to go in the books. Got the Hot Girls Read. But I'll probably just do a mass restock of all the stickers, to be honest. So I have these that'll go for the dark romance. You had me at trigger warnings. I have these that are like, I'm a sucker for trying to get you right on the camera. There we go. Billionaire, cowboy, just different ones. But I do have one that says dark romance. So I'm probably going to print some of those. I'm going to separate these. They don't need to be in the same one anymore. These stickers that say slow burn. So that could work for dark romance. This is just like a montage of like random stickers that I've made. These are mostly like fillers, especially for blind date books. Those are my bookish stickers. These are fantasy, and then these are the let's get literary sticker. Yeah, I'm gonna be super honest. I don't feel like counting these. I think I'm just gonna start printing, and then maybe later I'll be sad when I don't actually have an accurate count of what I need, but I just don't feel like counting all these. I really just need to make me a spreadsheet so I could like write down what I have. But these aren't as big of a deal. Like the annotation kits, I have to have certain ones. For stickers, I know I need to print more romantasy ones though. Like this romantasy over reality sticker, that's my last one. So for stickers this morning, I think what I'm going to do, specifically, I need dark romance stickers. And I need romantasy. And then anything else I feel like printing or whatever I see, I will print it and then replenish this. And then later on, I'll just go back and print anything else I need. Because most of the stickers aren't selling by themselves. So I have like a chance or a choice of what I put in there. So if I don't have it, I just use something else. I have plenty of these. Escape Reality. These are Christmas stickers. I'm going to put these up actually. Hold on. I just thought about something else. Since we're doing blind date with a book, I actually need more magnetic bookmarks. And I might just go ahead and print a whole bunch instead of, I don't want to take these out of their packaging. So for blind date with a book for dark romance, I usually either do the mask one or coffee icy books spicy. So I'm going to make some of those too. All right, we're about to be super busy. So like I said, I'm going to get these put up and then we're going to get to printing. Okay, I'm going to start by printing the annotation kits just because I already have this PDF on my computer. It's one that I have to use often because they are my best sellers. So I guess I'll just print a couple at a time because I don't want to get confused. So when I'm printing, I'm using 100-pound cardstock. It's really good quality. And then I've also messed with my printer settings where they're exactly what I need for the bookmarks to make them look vibrant and pretty. So my cardstock is right underneath you. I'm going to grab it. She's very thick. Therefore, I'm having to use the rear feeder tray. Or I use, it's not the rear, it's the, I don't know if it's just called manual feeder. I'm going to have to show you. But I have an Epson tank ET, yeah, ET stands for Epson tank 8550. And overall, I love it. It uses the tank refills, and it's been so nice. I've probably only had to refill once or twice, and I've had this since April of last year. Maybe I've refilled twice. So I'm just going to put the two pieces that I need in for the romance. You can do double-sided this way, but every time I do it, something bad happens. So I just choose to not do that. So I'm just going to print the two fronts for romance, and then I will print the backs. So honestly, this whole process today is going to take a while, but that's the price you pay when you wait forever to do inventory. So I'm going to let those print, and then I am going to probably watch me a show or do something else as I keep getting other things ready to go through. Good morning. It is the next morning and I'm still printing. And it's not that it's actually taken that long. It's the fact that normally I have say I'm trying to do several pages of romance bookmarks. I can just hit print all the front and then print on the back. The problem is I'm having to switch which PDF I'm printing. Let me show you an update. So we printed all of these, but they're all pretty much different ones. And that's the issue is I'm having to go in and pick it. But soon we're going to start laminating and cutting. So I just painted my nails because I'm going live later. So I'm going to keep printing these. I still have the dark romances to print. And then I think all of the stickers. So all I've done is bookmarks. But while I'm doing like that, I will start printing stickers as well. So yeah, I've learned a lesson. Don't let it get this low again, because usually it's not that bad, because it's like, oh, I only ran out of 2 bookmarks versus I'm running low on everything. So lesson learned. I'm about to print the dark romances next. These don't sell really individually, but because they're going in the blind date with the book, I need plenty of them so I have options. All right, so this is what I'm printing. So when I download a PDF, I always download in CMKY or whatever it's called, the best printing settings on Canva. That's the back, and then here's the second set with the back as well. And if anyone's curious like how I make my bookmarks, I can do a tutorial, but it's not happening today. Today's restock. Okay, hopefully that's not too loud. It's finishing up printing the last of that, so I'm going to get ready to start laminating the sheets. I have all the bookmarks that I need to do here. As this finishes up, I'm going to start printing stickers and get to cutting those, but for now, we're going to throw these in the sheets. So the laminator that I have is the Fellows brand. It looks like this. It's a Saturn 3 I-125. I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about it, and I've had it for years. I am a teacher, so this is my laminator that I originally got for teaching. And then when I decided to do this, I just used the same laminator. I do have a Scotch brand at school, though. I hate it. I do not love the Scotch brand. To me, it feels cheap. It doesn't laminate as well. I like how this one goes in. And honestly, if I'm going to mess up a sheet, it's probably going to be on the Scotch one before it's on this one. Not saying I don't mess up on this one, but the Scotch is much worse for that. So I'm putting them in laminating pouches. These are the 3mm. I think it's the Amazon brand, honestly. Scotch brand laminating pouches are good. They're just expensive. And the Amazon ones, honestly, they do the job. Now, I have had some, you know, some things you realize that name brand is better. There are some laminating pouches that I've used, and they do not laminate good. And they were cheaper, so I tried to go that route, but they were trash. They were trash. So I stopped using those. So I honestly don't know how loud all the machines going are, so I might just put some footage of me working in here, but I'm literally just going to open the pouch if I can and slide them in and start a stack. And I have an audiobook. I haven't been much in an audio mood, so we'll see. Or I could watch my show. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm having a lot of anxiety this morning, and I feel like watching Survivor is not going to help. So we shall see. Okay, a couple of updates. One, all of these are now laminated. They just need to be cut. I'm doing a TikTok live in a little bit, so I don't know if it'll get done before that, but moving these over to my desk. And then the next thing is I need to start putting lamination on these so they can be cut. So these are the stickers. I have a Cameo silhouette. It's a Cameo Plus. I think it's a 4. Cameo 4. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do have one of whatever it is. And I'm using, what's it called? Online Labels sticker paper. So I did do one in glossy, but then I remembered, I think I stopped printing in glossy. One, this is more expensive. And the matte, especially after it's laminated, they look almost the same. So I did a test to remember what I do because I haven't had to print stickers in a while. So when I print my stickers, I put them on the page and I turn on the registration marks for the machine. That way, no matter how I put it down, the machine knows exactly where to cut it. And I'm just going to get out some cold lamination. So the other one was a pouch. It was hot lamination. It went through the machine. This one is like self-adhesing. So when I take it off, it will stick. I'm trying to find scissors. I try not to cover my registration marks. It just helps the machine to know better because there's no reflection or glare hindering the machine to know where to start cutting. So I personally just roughly cut off the edges. This is not the scissors I want, but I think I've already set up my station for my live, and the scissors that I normally would use are in there. So it's fine. So just cutting off those corners and the excess so that it's not hanging off here. And then this is the tricky part. This is the part that I really sucked at the beginning, is getting this on here perfectly with no air bubbles. So I just peel a little bit up, about that much. And then I'm going to carefully lay it on here. Also, just remember something else. It was easier for me to laminate the matte stickers anyways than it is the glossy ones. Some people also use a squeegee. I don't have one. I should get one because it might make my life easier, but so I'm just slowly peeling it back and working out those air bubbles. So if you had a squeegee, I think it just goes on better. Like I said, I don't know the difference between like the glossy paper and the matte paper, but the matte paper, it doesn't mess up nearly as much. So, but I got through the glossy without a problem, so maybe the rest of it will be pretty easy too. And this is curling up some, but I'm about to lay it on the mat, which is sticky, and it's going to straighten it out. I just have a Make Market mat that I got from Michael's. I'm just lining up the corners on the mat. And we're ready to cut. So like I said, I need to do a lot of the dark romance stickers because that's what the annotation kit, that's what the blind date books are. So I'm starting with those, but I have more stickers to print still too. For some reason, and I cannot tell you why, sometimes it will not register by itself and I have to come help the machine out. So I'm just moving the arrows. I'm moving the arrows where they're right on top of the square, the cutting thing, and then it just registers it again. I don't know why. It just won't do it itself sometimes. I haven't figured it out. All right, but now it's working. And it's just telling the machine like where the lines are. And then it'll be ready to go. And it's going to cut out my stickers. So I'm going to keep finding ones that I want to print. And I'm going to keep applying the lamination to these. Okay, I'm kind of annoyed right now because I came back in here after it was done cutting and it cut them all off. Yes, I know the mat is kind of dirty, but that's not the reason why it cut off. But I also don't know the reason. So I'm going to check the blade and make sure it doesn't have any gunk in it and then try again. But that's annoying because now I have to reprint those and it's just a whole process. I'll update you. Okay, no mic because I'm annoyed. But I think this one cut better. Maybe I do need a new mat. Yeah, those are all fine. All fine, all fine. And you get to the bottom. So it's just the last two. And I don't know what happened to them. And the machine did make a noise. I heard it. So like these two. Focus, Jesus. Okay. Like they didn't cut around the outside right. Okay, but luckily it's just two. I thought it was more. Okay, well, there's that. Maybe I'll just keep printing stickers and I won't cut them yet until after I go get a new mat, because that's the only thing I can think of, especially since it waited till I got to the bottom to do anything. Maybe there's just like too much residue down here. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Okay. We'll check back in later. Okay, we're back trying again. I just remembered that someone said you can like wash these, so I used dishwashing soap and washed the mat. It's now clean. There's no residue on it. So let's see if these cut right, because if so, then we might be back in business, and if not, I'll just go to the store later. All right, good morning. It is the next day. So yesterday I cleaned the mat. It still did not work. I don't know if I told you that. I got frustrated and I left. Last night I decided to cut another one. It worked, but I was still going to bed because I'm like, I'm still over it today. And I just did a test this morning to do another. This didn't even cut through. I don't know. I didn't change the settings. Okay. It's not my day. I can see where it physically cut. It did not cut deep enough. What is going on? I'm just removing the blade and just checking around it to make sure there's like no debris, which I've already done this. Done this yesterday. Okay. I'm gonna have to cut these again. I'm getting frustrated. I'm gonna hit send on the machine. Yeah, all my settings are right. And then it keeps not registering. And I, like, mind you, I have not had problems with this machine in months. I can't even tell you the last time I had a problem with stickers. That's actually crazy. The moment I decide to film a video, we have a problem with it. Alright, well, I guess we'll see how these come out. Alright, let's hope this time is the time. It cut on the lines. Did it cut all the way through? Okay, thank God, because I was about to say. Alright, so we might be back in business. I just don't understand why the other one didn't cut deep enough. And I already knew. It told me, they gave me a message saying that this one was touching the edge and it wasn't going to cut right. Okay. So as long as we're good now, I can keep going. I have all these other sheets that are ready to go. And they're laminated. So I'm going to keep cutting. I need to reprint all the ones that messed up so I can at least have the right quantity that I was originally going to have. So I'll do that after I get another page set up. So a little update. So the last group of stickers printed and cut. And I don't know what happened. This is the same mat I was using earlier. I shut the machine off and it just started working. So I did run to Michael's though, because I had a Books A Million gift card and Michael's is next door. And I picked up a set of 2 more mats because this one is getting old. Like, even though I washed it, like, it's not as strong as it used to be. So that way, while I was already there. And then I also got some Tombow brush pens, which I use to annotate the books from my shop. What else did I get? Oh, the sets of stickers and markers. They were like buy one, get one off, half off. And I wanted a set of Microns pens. I love them. My husband did get me a set for Christmas, but they were the brown set. And I was like, man, this would be really cool in black. So I did get the black set. So I'm just putting these in the drawer. So this definitely feels a lot more organized now. I'm going to add labels. Who knows? I might work on that soon. Or I might not get done today. Honestly, I don't know. Like, it would be nice to know where everything was. Like, I kind of have a general idea just because I had to open these up so much today. And I had 3 that were still empty. But some of these are like 2 stickers to a thing. So I may like separate some to go in these empty ones. Yeah, I just kept getting distracted and I didn't cut all the bookmarks because I kept getting up and like moving the stickers out of the thing and then printing more stickers. So the bookmarks still need to get done. However, I think I'm going to sit and work on those. My husband should be home soon, so I might spend some time with him, but I can like sit there and cut those still. And then I also started printing the stickers like this. My problem is I hate being in here with the machine going. It's so annoying. The noise is so annoying. So this morning, the whole time I had music or something playing, but I also didn't want anything in my ears anymore. I just have a lot of like overstimulation issues. So yeah, if I'm going to print these, I'm not staying in here. But I will go ahead and get it loaded on the mat. I'm obsessed with natural light. Oh, so good. Okay. So I let those start cutting. I told you I was not sticking around for that. That noise is so annoying. And what stinks, I don't know if there's a way to bypass this or not, but the cutting machine needs the computer close for the Bluetooth. So if I like want to use the computer, I have to stay in there because the computer has to be close to it. Otherwise, I'd probably be making those labels for the drawer for the stickers. That'll just come later. So what's still on the docket to do? I need to make those magnetic bookmarks that need to go for the blind date with the book. That's one thing that needs to be made. I think actually, besides the stickers that are printing right now, like I have to print the rest of them, like the other genres. And then those bookmarks. And then finish cutting these. I think we're fully restocked. I do need to check materials. Like I mentioned, I got some things at Michael's today, but those are like things that I use to make products. I want to say, I think I'm running low on highlighters that I send. I think I'm running low on the highlighters that I actually package with my annotation kits. Because today I was looking at the colors I had, and I need to look and see if there's any more put up, and if there's not, I definitely need to order some. So I will take you with me as I check that inventory. I think I'm good on lamination. I know that for sure. Pretty sure I'm good on cardstock that I used to print. I just ordered magnets. So we should be in a pretty good spot. All right, just some full transparency. So this morning I finally got the machine to start cutting right, and I made some of these bookmarks. So I printed 2 more sheets so that way I could be done. I just cut these twice and they were cutting on the line perfectly fine, but it wasn't cutting deep enough. I came back over here I looked at it, I was like, okay, it's actually, the settings were right on the thing. I could tell. Why did it cut off? I'm actually getting so frustrated. Like, for what reason? I just want this, I want to be finished with this. I want to be able to start the blind dates with a book. I want, you know what I mean, to start being able to wrap up this video, and I can't because this machine is giving me the blues, and I don't know why. I have no clue why I did that. I'm frustrated. I feel like this video is getting so chaotic because look, it cut just fine. I don't know. And I think I'm done testing my luck. So in conclusion, I don't know what happened. I don't know what was wrong, and I don't know how it's fixed, but at least these are cut now. Okay, moving on. So I have printed, laminated, cut, rounded the corners, all the things for these, and I'm gonna get them placed back where they go. I forgot to put my microphone on. Hopefully it sounds fine. I should probably actually check that, but romance, dark romance, thriller. I think these are all thriller, yep. Because I didn't print any horror. Romantasy. Make sure those are all right. Fantasy. Oops. That's more romantasy mixed in. And that's why I checked them. Fantasy. And these should all be general. Yep. I also printed more dark romance bookmarks. Like I said, these will mostly be used in the blind dates of the book, but I did print some extra, so they're going over here off screen, but it'll be okay. The tandem read bookmark. And I did a couple more, another set of the summer. And then these are for the annotated books. So I'm gonna mix those in where they go. So these are The Last Letter. These are People We Meet on Vacation. Fourth Wing, Six of Crows, 7 Year Slip, A Love Song, Quirky Wild, and ACOTAR. So I know ACOTAR needs to go first. So I'm gonna put it here in front of Archer. And I don't know if any of these other ones go in here. And some tabs just fell off. So Fourth Wing goes here. And then I think the rest are in the other stack. And I just didn't separate these. I kind of mentioned it before. I just don't have enough room to do everything individual, so. Six of Crows. 7 Year Slip. And where's People We Meet on Vacation? There we go. All those are sorted. Now time to look at the magnetic bookmarks. So magnetic bookmark, I've bent them in half and I'm just sending them back to the laminator. I like to do this because I feel like it just gives it an extra like boost to stay folded for the magnet. Yeah, the cutting machine is just really giving me the blues and it just made this video so much harder. So I did end up going to Michael's the other day when I said that I would, to see if it was part of the reason was the mat, because I was having issues then. So I got the new mat and I got one that has like, there was like a very strong hold, and maybe I shouldn't have, because the next set of stickers that I printed, the reaction stickers, they all stuck so bad I couldn't use them, and I think they were printed wrong, that they cut wrong. So then this morning I was playing around and I basically was like searching online, like what could be the problem? Like why are these doing this? And basically it said that it could be that it didn't print at 100, like the actual size of the page. Like if it went down, like and shrunk it, and then it's printing wrong, but then it's cutting right, it's going to cut wrong because the page isn't lined up. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I did that and that worked. But then, and I thought we were good. So the segment when I filmed again, I was just like, what happened? Because it was back wrong. I'm just sticking these in here. And I started using the hot lamination for these. I might be going back to just doing cold because some of these, I don't know, it's harder to fold them to go in here within the cold lamination. So, but they're cute. So I'm probably only going to put the bookmarks, the magnets on the ones that I actually need right now. Or if I have enough magnets, I might just go ahead and do them. Who knows? So the last thing that we have to make for this video, because I've finished all the stickers. I cut all of those, the regular stickers. The reaction stickers still aren't done. Like I was saying, I tried to cut them. The mat was way too strong. They stuck. So then I switched to magnetic bookmarks because then I was like, let me basically let me try to make some other stuff on this mat so it won't be as sticky anymore and then come back. So I might try to put those through, but if something else goes wrong today, I might crash out. So I don't know if I should do that. Maybe I should just leave it. I don't know. That's kind of the plan. Oh, that's not the plan. That's not what I was talking about. I'm going to start working on the blind dates for the book. And that'll be the last thing we really need to prep for this video. I did order some things. I don't know if I mentioned that to you, so I'll just say it again. I ordered some more highlighters because I looked up here. I think I mentioned that, and I realized they were running low. So I did order some highlighters. I have more pens in here that I can actually move and put out because there's more room now. So I just restocked what I needed. Oh, and I got an organizer for the back of the door. I use a shoe organizer in my crafting closet, and I love it because it's just like the mesh little holders, and I can't I really don't close that door anyway, so you wouldn't even be able to see it. And I just thought that would be a good storage solution. Also, yes, let me show you this while I'm still here. Well, you know what I could do? If I wanted to keep laminating like this, I could do like I do with these. I print just a line on the back. That way I know like where to serrate it at. I don't know if that would work because I just remembered I don't actually print on the back of these. And then send them through the same way. So that's the magnetic annotation kit. Okay, And now what feels like forever later, I'm finally finished with this video. So everything is restocked. I actually finished making all the blind dates of the book. I actually went on TikTok live. I wrapped all of them beforehand and then actually like stuffed them on live. And yeah, I'm just happy to be done. I will say the silhouette did continue to give me issues. I've learned I do enjoy my silhouette. However, she's very finicky. If there's one little problem, meltdown, complete meltdown. What happened was there was like a little, I wish I could show you how little it was. A little skinny, itty bitty sliver of paper stuck over this part of the sensor. And that's what was causing it to cut wrong and all those other things the entire time. So yeah, so check your sensor, check your blade. That's what I kept doing though. I kept checking the blade, but I wasn't looking at the sensor, and it's kind of hard to see it. Anyways, I'm gonna take you over and let you see the books though. But yeah, and I just cleaned back up too, so I'm very proud that I have a clean slate to start with in the morning. I do have some like packages to pack, some orders to pack, I guess I should say. So I'm just happy I got it reset. So let me take you over for the book. Dark Romance is now restocked. There is one Dark Romance over here. I just didn't have enough room. Dark Romance, Contemporary, and Fantasy. So again though, thank you for hanging out with me, restocking with me, dealing with all the drama with me. If you have anything you want to see in the future, just let me know. Why is the camera falling? Why is the camera falling? This is like a good representation of how this video went. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.